Well, today I'm going to finally clean my dirty lenses. I've noticed my photos and videos getting very hazy and soft, especially with my wide angle lens, and it's because I've never properly cleaned them. When I'm on location, I wipe them with my shirt, and that does nothing. Probably makes it worse. So we're going to use super cheap materials today to clean your lenses, and you can do it at home as well. Alright, so it's super simple. I'm using a lens cleaning solution from my eye doctor. I got this with my glasses and it was sitting around. I said, let's try this on my camera lenses, and it actually worked really great. All it is 50% water, 50% alcohol. It's just a normal rubbing alcohol you can get at any dollar store for a few bucks. It's pink because of food coloring, and pink looks cool. So you can make your own lens cleaning fluid with half water, half alcohol, or you can buy this on Amazon, I'm sure, for super cheap, or at maybe Walmart. This is a spray bottle, but I'm not actually going to spray this onto my lenses. I'm going to take the lid off, dip a Q-tip in there, get any excess liquid off of there, and then use that to rub off the oil off the lens. And of course, these are just super basic cotton swabs you can get anywhere. I call them Q-tips. Maybe that's an American thing, a Texan thing, I don't know. But let's get started. This will be for my excess fluid. That sounds gross. And we're going to do my wide angle first because this lens is super hazy and foggy and just does not look great, especially when there's a really hot highlight, like a bright window in a dark room or a bright sky. Even sometimes my off-camera flash makes a really bad haze. So I've been looking forward to cleaning this one up for a long time. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to dip my Q-tip in the cleaning solution, and then I'm going to just roll it on the paper towel just to get any extra off. So the Q-tip has the fluid on it. Now here's the secret. You got to rub in circles. Start from the middle and work your way out. I did my 100mm already, which is what I'm filming with, and I used about 4 Q-tips, and it was cleaner than it's ever been, and I was like smiling from ear to ear. So that's one circle there. Now I'm going to use the dry side to kind of get up that excess liquid to dry that off. And I'm going to do it a few more times over and over, because I'm guessing this alcohol does something with oil, that maybe it collects it or clings to it, kind of like soap does dirt, and it gets it away from the surface that it's stuck on. I'm not sure how it works scientifically, but it works. That's all that matters. Okay, I'm on my next Q-tip, dip it in the liquid, roll it on the paper towel, and start from the middle out. And I already can see it looks so much better. Hopefully my hand wasn't blocking the light, because it's already like, it looks clean to me. I know I'm going to keep going. But wow, that looks so much better. And this lens, I love this lens. It's a 16-35, 2.8. I got it for like $700, which was like half or more off when I got it from a guy that was retiring. And I love it. It's great for weddings. It's great for architecture, interiors, because it can get so wide. And of course, 2.8 is awesome. So that looks good. I'm going to use a dry one to just dry that off. And I believe that this does evaporate pretty easily. Maybe that's the alcohol as well. But it's already, look at that, it's already disappearing. I hope you can see that in the video. I tried to get as close as I could with this macro. Well, I could actually get way closer, but seeing the whole thing. Okay, I do see some streaks, so I'm going to use the side I didn't use. Dip it, roll it, and start again. So we're kind of just peeling back the layers of oil one at a time. Takes time. That's one reason I never really cleaned my lenses properly, because I would do it. I would try it real quick with a cloth, or I did squirt some of this spray on there one time and try to rub it around, and it didn't do anything. But I wasn't trying long enough or hard enough, and I wasn't doing circles. I wasn't using a Q-tip, and yeah, those were probably the reasons why I failed at that, and why I procrastinated for 17 years to properly clean my lenses. And my work has suffered for it. Even my friends have noticed. They're like, "Hey, do you use like a haze filter on your stuff? Like, it looks kind of hazy." And I'm like, "No, I'm just lazy." It's hazy because I'm lazy. I don't properly clean my lenses. I'm sorry, don't judge me. I'll get around to it. Okay, I see a few fibers coming off the cotton. Don't go too long with each Q-tip, because they will start to come apart, and you'll get some little fibers on there. Also got some liquid there. Make sure that you don't get any pooling liquid around the edges, because you don't want that to seep into the lens. That'll cause humidity and seals and all that stuff you don't want to mess with. So be careful you don't get too much liquid on your lens, especially on the edges. Awesome, that looks way better than before. Let's flip it around. Now we're doing the part that goes right up close to the sensor. I didn't visibly see anything in here except for some dust particles. I didn't see any thumbprints. Honestly, this is kind of deep in there. It's about a 1/2 inch deep. So pretty small chance that my finger would accidentally go in there and, touch the glass, but let's clean that anyway just in case. This should of course get the dust off as well. Be very careful, there is electronics around here, so don't get crazy with the liquid. Alright, here is my 20mm 2.8 lens. I don't use this one too often, but it is super dirty and it just has some straight up dust on it too, so this is going to be way better once it's clean. Doing circles. Make sure it doesn't pool around the corners. Use the dry end to soak it up. There we go. Use the dry end to soak up the extra liquid. Now another tip to keep your lenses clean is to buy a protective filter, either a UV filter or just a crystal glass clear filter that is really just a protective layer in front of your front element, so that scratches and dust and oil and accidental touches don't happen on your actual glass of your lens, but instead, you know, that all that stuff would happen on your on the filter, which is relatively cheap. Better to have a scratch on that than your actual lens. And I have heard a lot of stories where a camera will fall and the protective filter on it actually saves the whole lens from being damaged. And you know, you can easily replace a protective filter. Lens, not so much. I'll have links down below for all the lenses I have used and all the stuff that I mentioned as well. Doing lots of circles. There we go. That looks pretty clean from my angle I'm looking at. Nice. Now let's do the rear element. I can already see a fingerprint on the back here. That must have happened on accident when I was changing my lens. So let's get that. Small area is a lot faster and easier to clean. Okay, and use the dry end. Oh, got a little hair there. Let's try to get it with the Q-tip. Awesome. All right, let's do my 50mm, my favorite lens. Why? Because it's the cheapest lens I have. But also, it's great for low light because you can go down to f1.8. It's very lightweight, and it's replaceable. In case this thing breaks, I'm really only out about 125 bucks. Some debris and some dust in the corners there, so I'm just gonna rub that, clean that out. Use another dry one here to soak this up. Also, if you breathe on it lightly, it will help evaporate the liquid. Let me turn it and make sure it's clean on the other side, yeah. I do keep my lenses in lens pouches on my waist when I'm actually doing shoots and weddings. So when I put my lens down into the lens pouch, the glass does touch the bottom. Oh, there we go. It's focused. It does touch the bottom of the lens pouch, and you know, there could be some stuff there collected as well. So my lenses are picking up some grime while I store them in the lens pouch itself. So I may clean my lens pouches or just get some protective filters to keep them a little bit more separated from the environment. Great. You can kind of spin the Q-tip as you wipe to use the whole Q-tip. And be sure to look at it from different angles so you can see if there's any leftover fingerprints or oil or anything like that. You can also use a little handheld air jet to poof and push some air in there to help blow dust or debris out of there.